or employee protection, section 110A. No person shall fire or any other discrimination against within cause of the fire discriminated against even the employee with the unauthorized representative of the employee with the reason for the fact with the employee representative with the information that the state of the federal government filed institute the copy of the file with the institute by any the proceeding under this action has testified is or about to testify in proceeding from an administrative enforcement of the provision of this act. An employee with the representative of the employee with the belief that he has been found otherwise discriminated against by any of the person of the violation subsection of the section of the 30-day that it should be alleged if the violation apply to the Secretary of Labor for the review of such firing alleged discrimination. The copy of the application shall be determined with the person shall have the respondent upon receipt of such application. Secretary of Labor shall cover the investigation to be made with the deemed with appropriate with the investigation. Provide the opportunity for the public hearing with the request that any of the parties shall review and enable the part use the president with the information relating to such alleged violation. The parties shall be given them written notice at the time of the play for the hearing at least 5 days from or to the hearing, and subject to the hearing shall be direct with the subject with the 554 with the with the 5 UN scale with the UC with the report with the investigation. Secretary of Labor shall make the finding of the fact with the fines such violation did occur with the shall include any issue with the decision of the incorporation and order therein the fine with require the party of the committing of the stuff the violation taken affirmative action to debate the violation. Secretary of the Labor deems appropriate, including the but not limited to the rehiring, reinstatement of the employee, of the representative of the employee of his former position, compensation fine, but that there's no such violation. He shall issue the denying the application such order issued by the Secretary of Labor to of the subject shall be subject to judicial review, same manner as order decision of the subject judicial review on this action. Whenever an order is issued on this action to debate the violation, record that the application subject equal to the graded amount of all costs. The expense included the attorney fee determined by the Secretary of Labor to have to be reasonably incurred with the application or in connection with institution prosecution of such proceedings shall be assessed against the person committing the such violation. The section shall have no application of the employee who, if they acting with reason from his employer or as an agent, deliberately violate the requirements of this act. The President shall conduct with a continuing evaluation of the potential loss with the shift of the employment will result in the administrative informed of the provision of the act, including with an appropriate investigating threat and plan with the closure of the reduction of the employment allegedly result of such administrative enforcement employed with the discharge laid off and discharged and laid off the otherwise discriminated against the person cover the alleged result of the administration enforcement of the representative of such employees may require the President to conduct the full investigation of the matter, but the request any part of the shall hold the public hearing with require the parties, including the employer involved, the President with the information relating to the actual potential effect of the such administrative enforcement of the employment the alleged for discharge of the layoff of the discrimination detailed responsible for justification thereof. In such hearing they should be recorded and shall be subsection the 554 of the Title 5 of the United States Code. Upon receipt of the report of such investigation, the President shall make the finding of the fact of the administrative enforcement of the employment of the alleged discharge of the layoff of the discrimination shall make the recommendation he deems appropriate such reports and finding the recommendation should be available to the public notwithstanding the subsection constructively and require the authorized President or any state with modified withdrawal any of the action standard limitation any other required action. Section 111, the use of funds.